Ready?
Boys, stop it!
But Mr. Moore!
No!
Okay, cut.
We're just gonna keep tugging at it for.
No, that was good, that was good.
Okay. Feels silly after a while.
You can be full voice to know. Go.
Okay.
Go get him. One more like that. Here we go.
Action. No!
I almost fell. I overshot my mark. Almost fell. Sorry.
Can I see that rehearsal? Action!
Bang!
Hey!
All right, cool. I got this kind of flash of a movie idea as I was driving down the highway, this kind of apocalyptic movie, and it became this kind of obsession with me the second it came into my head.
I mean, the only thing he really told me was that he wanted to do something that was kind of a throwback to the 1970s paranoia films.
He playfully says, I have an idea. And I said, oh, what's that? And he said, you'll have to wait.
I wanted to set out to make the best B movie you've ever seen, you know? And it somewhere slipped into something deeper.
Elliot and Alma seem like they're at odds. Alma seems to have something else going on. Then this happens, and they're thrown together. And in addition to watching an event play out, we're watching a marriage play out.
This one came with a tonality and a structure and a genre. I tend to break genres a lot. And this, it is straight up the middle, an end-of-the-world movie.
You know, there are millions and millions of survival stories, and we decided to tell this couple's story, Elliot and Alma. That is really what it's all about. You know, it's just this couple and how their relationship is growing and changing in the middle of this horrific event.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, we don't have any transportation. We're stuck here. Did you hear what I said? We're stuck here. We don't have any transportation. We have a small child with us. Please. Sir, you're not just gonna...
He's very positive. He's optimistic about life in general. He always thinks that things will work out, and she tends to look at life the complete opposite way.
It's sort of like that moment where it's like they're either going to cross the line into growing up and starting a family, or they're just going to combust.
Wait, there's a car.
It's not poison gas, and there's none out here.
They said to stay inside.
We're fine right now. Nothing's happened out here yet. You can see that. Just listen to our voices.
Like, I was about halfway through it, and I just kept going, God, you know, the character that he keeps becoming is Mark. And not the Mark that's on screen, the Mark Wahlberg that I knew as a friend. And I said, I'm going to write him a role of the guy I see.
Knight, for whatever reason, thinks I am this completely innocent person. But I am not as innocent as he. So I basically had to study him. A lot of the choices that I made are things that I picked up watching and spending time with Knight.
Because the movie is so dark in terms of what's happening around you, if you didn't have a person that brings light, as soon as you see him, he doesn't have to say anything, that he looks at you and you feel light, the movie would be overwhelming. It would be too much. The whole cast was cast that way, which give me a group of actors that are light and buoyant so that I could be, you know, incredibly dark and horrific around them.
2, A mark. B mark.
1!
Elliot, I know you want to stay, but we have to go.
You know, when we cast Mark and then we cast Zoe, I was like, I think we have the two most likable people in movies in the same movie. This is fantastic. Come back out, come back out, come back out. She puts it up to her ear. Go.
Hey, it's me. I'm on a train. I just want to say something, okay? Okay? You've got to stop calling me. We ate tiramisu together, that is it. I told you that would be it. You've got to chill out.
We really wanted to make sure that every turn we could relate to her, that she was somebody we could come back to.
What's the news?
Apparently Philadelphia was attacked.
Oh my God, Yvette. Honey, where are you? I can't hear you. Just text me.
John Leguizamo plays Mark Wahlberg's best friend, and he has to choose whether to stay with his daughter and assume that his wife is dead, or let his daughter stay with Mark and Zoe while he goes and tries to go get his wife.
Julian has gone back to Princeton to try to find his wife, and they see a group of landscapers, and what they've done is they've actually hung themselves by garden hoses, and I'm one of those 8 bodies. But it was a lot of fun.
Come on, Jose.
Yeah.
That's the producer. That's the producer. It's a new trend in Hollywood to hang the producers.
It's just a very, very emotional moment when he has to make this decision and what it means for all their characters.
All his movies are about a journey for the audience, a journey for the characters.
We pack up shop and leave location after a couple of days, and every location is a new adventure. Elliot and Alma are always moving from this thing. They're always running from this thing. So we're shooting in continuity as best we can to help the actors on this journey every step of the way, so they feel it and we feel it.
In the course of the happening, our characters flee from more populated places to less populated and less populated and less populated.
This movie was about the real world as an environment, and it started in the urban, and it's ended in the rural.
Yeah, well, Pennsylvania became a big character in this movie, as it is in a lot of my movies, but in this particular movie, it became probably the biggest character in terms of its personality and all. You know, for some reason, Pennsylvania is great for horror movies. It's just, you know, some crazy shit's gonna happen, but in Pennsylvania, it's perfect.
Betsy, our costume designer, said, another day, another field. Because, like, every day we have another field to run through or another farm to shoot at.
This is gonna be great.
It's been important for us to get that feel, the tone of the film correct by setting it in these wide open vistas and these wide open places where they look around and they go, oh my God, there's absolutely nothing here.
There were some of the farm locations, you're in the middle of nowhere and bugs everywhere. I'm not really a bug, I'm a city guy.
There was one day we were out in the field and all of the creatures that you saw that were living in the grass jumped on the whiteboard, and it became clear what we were actually walking on all along, but not realizing because they all camouflaged. I mean, just like grasshoppers, like that big.
A lot of bugs, but you get used to them. It's not that big.
I don't like bugs.
I mean,
like plants.
the beauty like outweighs the bugs for me.
You know, after being in Philly for Invincible and for Shooter and Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, I feel very close connection to the people here, and I feel like I'm welcomed here, and that's a beautiful feeling.
Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Mike, good. Excellent. Okay, that's good.
No, we're not wrapped yet. There's a lot of work to be done. Get back to work! When it's over, when you think you ain't gonna make it, what do you say to your loved one? What do you say, what do you feel at that moment? You look out, you spot them, they're in the window, they're far away in the field. It's a rising emotion. You're building up to say, Alma, step into this. And action. Alma! Cut, good, check it. It's easy to put yourselves in the shoes of the main characters in an event if it's you know, created from innocence to knowledge. You know, you get to move with the audience, with the characters in terms of what would I do? Would I do what Mark's doing? Would I do what Zoe's doing?
How would I get through an event like that? How would I get my family through an event like that? I think that kind of fear, I mean, it's just a fear that we carry. What do you do in an extreme situation? Kind of gets the adrenaline going and drives you.
Fear is based on the unknown, you know, that I heard that noise in the other room, I don't know what it is, it's unknown, you're scared, it's all the same thing. You can panic for a second, You know, you get that pang of, and what the pang is you've lost your bearings, and that times 10 is what you try to do in a movie. There was an earlier title called The Green Effect, which was the original title. And as the screenplay evolved, it evolved into more of a mystery about what was going on. And the movie doesn't tell you 100% what happened. But I don't have to, because your guilt is already in each one of us. So I just have to touch it.
It's fun to think about surviving fear. That human beings in general like to feel that they have the strength and the wherewithal to overcome.
Through the course of this horrific event that we experience, we really get to refocus on the important things and what life is all about, and our love and reconnecting.
There's always the threat of plague and disaster and, I mean, all kinds of apocalyptic things. I think it sort of exercises something in people that allows them to understand their own reactions to things.
This movie sort of lets me sort of vent it out, you know, exercise it. And so it kind of helps you, you know, release that stuff. Things that are in our subconscious constantly working, you know, that we're running away from, we're trying to run away from.
It knows what it is right away, and it just holds to that. It has a certain humor and a certain emotion that's serving this kind of very, very scary ride that you're going on with this couple.